So when we look at the periodic table, we are going to find the group 0 elements are the one at the far right of the periodic table. So these elements which are at the far right, these are called the group 0 elements. So group 0 elements here are the elements which are inert colorless gases. So all of these elements, because we know that one group has different elements which have similar properties. So all of these elements, because they have the same electronic structure for their outer shell, they have similar properties. So their properties is that they are all inert colorless gases. They are called noble gases. All of these have 8 electrons in their outer shell, which means they have a full outer shell. The only exception is the first element in this group, which is helium. Helium has a maximum of 2 electrons in its outer shell. The reason behind this is because helium only has one electron shell, um, and we know that the first electron shell has a maximum capacity of 2 electrons, so it still follow the rule of a full outer shell. They are inert and non-reactive, as they don't need to give up or to gain electrons to become more stable. Because what happens is that complete or full outer shell confers stability to the elements. So any element in the periodic table, if they don't have a full or a complete outer shell, they tend to gain or lose electrons, and this is how they become reactive, by gaining or losing electrons in order to reach that stability. But the elements in the group 0 already have a full outer shell, so they don't lose or gain electrons. So this is why they are inert, they are non-reactive, they don't tend to chemically combine with any other element or even with itself. So they exist as monoatomic gases. Unlike most gases we know, which are elements like nitrogen, like oxygen, and so on. These are gases. These are different gases which exist as diatomic gases, while these are not like the noble gases. Noble gases exist as monoatomic gas, so they exist as a single atom, not bonded to each other. Similar examples of that such as helium, neon, xenon, and so on. So all the noble gases exist as monoatomic gases because they are non-reactive, so they don't even tend to bind or combine with each other. Um, let's talk about the property patterns, because we said that the pattern of the properties, they're going to have a certain pattern depending on the group as we go down the group. So the pattern here is the physical properties of the different elements. They are all have the same chemical property exactly. They are all non-reactive, but the physical properties here, which we refer to as the boiling point. So boiling point is the physical properties we're gonna talk about. So the boiling point of the noble gases increases as we go down the period. The main reason for why the boiling point increases is that as you move down the group, you're gonna find that there is an increase in the number of electron in each atom, which leads to an increase in the intermolecular forces. This is an attraction force between the different atoms. So if we increase the intermolecular forces or attraction forces between the atoms, that means that you need higher energy, higher temperature to separate these. So the boiling point will increase down the group.